Hello guys, Strumling here, and welcome back to End of Week Review. I'm finally back doing these videos after a very long time of waiting. So, this week's plane to review is the Hurricane Mark 1L. Okay, so this plane used to be in rank 1 here, and it was the first monoplane fighter you would come across in the British tech tree. But then they moved it to rank 2, where it is here. That was in 1.97 or 1.99, I'm not sure which. So, getting straight on with the review. First, its armour. The armour consists of a 12.7mm plate of steel situated behind the pilot here. The next part is a 6.35mm plate behind the engine, and the final part is a 38mm piece of bulletproof glass in front of the pilot here. As you can see, looking at its armour, it seems pretty well protected. The frontal glass plate on the windshield here will protect the pilot from bullets coming head on. Also, the 6.35mm piece of steel here will protect the pilot from bullets coming through here, and the final part will protect him from behind. So, moving on to its armament. The armament consists of 8 7.7mm machine guns, 4 in each wing, as you can see here. The rate of fire is 1,000 rounds per minute, which is a good average rate of fire for a monoplane. As you can see, the fuel tanks are here and they are self-sealing, which is good, which means that if they get caught on fire they should self-seal, but it is not a regular thing that happens. Okay, moving on to its ammunition belts. The two belts I would use are the universal or the stealth belts, as the default and the tracer seem to do a lot less damage. Now, because this is a fighter, it cannot carry any ordnance such as bombs or rockets, and is therefore suited to fighting only. Now I'm going to head into some battles and explain how to use the aircraft in battle and what its strengths and weaknesses are. Okay, so here we are in battle. Now the Hurricane is a very beginner friendly plane due to its good ability to take damage and its stable gun platform. Unlike the Spitfire, whose guns are spread all the way out through the wings, the Hurricane's guns are centred and bolt together, providing a more accurate and more hitting burst of fire when you fire your guns. As normal, I'm climbing. Now, I'm only climbing to get above fighters. I'm not climbing to get up to bomb altitude, as it only has 7.7mm guns, which will struggle to knock out bombers. My advice would be to use its tight turn rate and durability to stay alive, whilst picking off enemies with your 8 machine guns. Although the guns are not so good against bombers, they shred enemy fighters into pieces with extreme ease. You don't have to play it like this. This is just one of the ways to play it that is beginner friendly, as most people who are playing this will be playing it for the first time, as it is the first monoplane you come across in the British tech tree. The only two fighters that are above me are a Ki-44. I'm not even sure if that's a fighter. Yes, it is. Now I'm going to engage and use my tight turn radius to outturn him to get a shot. All the while I'm keeping an eye on the Ki-44 at the same time to make sure that he doesn't come and attack me. Ah, well, he crashed. Well, that sometimes happens in arcade. The top speed is good. It's not excellent. You are not the fastest thing on the battlefield, but you will be able to outrun all biplanes and some monoplanes, like the I-16, D501, F2A Buffalo, and the F4F Wildcat. The climb rate is average, at 16 meters per second. It is not the best, and will struggle to get up to bomb altitude from 5,000 feet spawn. Not that attacking bombers should be your priority anyway. As I've said before, because the guns are low caliber, it will struggle to shoot them down. Now I'm scanning for targets again, and there are lots of people down below on the deck, so I'm now going to dive down and start dogfighting using my tight turn circle. I'm now heading to attack this P-36C, and you will see how fast the guns shred him into pieces. That is, if I get my aim right. As you can see there, the guns worked incredibly well, which means that it is extremely easy to shoot down the fighters. Nearly got hit by an AI then. Now, closing back on this BB1 and opening fire. He is obliterated into pieces. Switching to this Stuka. And another easy kill. Now going into a tight turn to come around onto the tail of this J20. And braking to avoid this P36A, who I didn't spot. But not to worry, I can still outturn him. After a bit of dogfighting, I finally get a firing angle on him. And that is the end of that smoke. Moving on to attack this Ki-61. Actually, I'm going to go for the D501 instead. He's a lessly armoured target and he's easier to shoot down. Now for its last part, its durability. The durability and its robust nature mean that it can withstand lots of damage before getting killed. This is due to it being fabric covered rather than riveted metal like the Spitfire. All in all, it's a very forgiving plane and extremely fun to play. So in the last part, I'll give it a rating and I'll see you back in the hangar. Okay, so here we are back in the hangar, and now it's time to give it a rating and conclude the review. The pros are excellent turn rate, good armament, okay climb rate, and excellent durability. And the cons? Well, I'm not sure there are any, unless you count it not being particularly fast enough to outrun other planes at its battle rating. I think that is really the only con there could be, even if you count it. So considering all of this, I've decided to give it a rating of 5 out of 5 acorns. Yes, I'm still doing it in acorns, but still. So, all in all, it is a very fun plane to play, and a very forgiving one on new players. So for now, take care, have fun, and I'll catch you in the skies.